Hello! Welcome back. I'm just gonna do a new game and try to save some of the people I didn't save and, go through Andrew's route.
Oh, come on. We all know what's going on in Manny's. You and your deviant friends may think you're above the law, but you're not.
They're not.
We're almost there.
It was the first time I ever went there.
Oh, that's right. So if I take your picture and show it to the others,
Oh no.
they won't recognize
Didn't hear this one before.
One or two might, but
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Just a little further now.
Recognize you, your family, and your friends when you see your face at tomorrow's table.
Here we are. Good luck.
And whatever this residue is, that was right here, is like what? It's the ashtray? So he's been smoking in the room a lot. I don't think he has a kid in here. I think that this guy's like a... I don't know, this is more suspect than I was thinking the first time around. I wonder if that is,
Have you heard about that nut house they want to build next door?
something that was going on with, Paul. Like if he made a noise behind the ice machine.
I can think of someone who'll feel right.
Although
at
she said it
home.
was a door
Look
slamming.
at her, always glued to that gossip magazine.
Do you think she...
Hey, Beth.
Hey, Beth.
Hey there. So, who's sleeping?
Sleep... what?
You were whispering just now on the phone, so I thought maybe Eugene or Bobby were napping in the break room again.
Oh, yeah, no. It's Jacques and Wendy. They were, in the middle of something.
Ugh, it's so awkward when they start making out like no one's watching. Get a room. We literally work in a hotel.
They weren't kissing this time. They were...
We're gonna be more of a
Fighting.
gossip.
Oh, this is entertaining. I mean, oh no, why?
I'm not completely sure, but it sounded like Linda had something to do with it.
Ugh, that bitch.
Beth?
Fuck yeah, Beth.
Trust me, she deserves
She
it.
does. You're right.
I don't get why everyone hates her
I
so
get why
much.
everyone hates her.
Linda's always nice to me.
To you, maybe. But she's just the worst to every girl she perceives
Yep.
as a threat.
Yep.
Threat? A threat to what?
Oh,
I don't
honey.
know. Her place as Bernard's right hand, I suppose.
Yep.
So, you're saying I'm not a threat?
Not
I'm not
currently.
saying that. I'm saying Linda thinks that, but that's her mistake. I know there's more to you than meets the eye.
I love you, Beth.
Oh,
I feel bad not romancing you this time, actually.
thanks.
But we'll also get to
So,
know Andrew better, so that'll be interesting.
You said you needed me? My help, I mean.
Oh.
Oh, right.
Oh my god.
Wanna guess
She's
why?
already done bad for her, actually.
Linda, Wendy's great at her job. Guests absolutely love her and...
Not just guests, apparently.
Oh, God damn it, Linda! I only like her because guests like her. Making sure guests are happy is my job, after all.
You don't seem to care whether I'm happy.
Listen, if Wendy wasn't doing her job, that'd be another story, but I can't just fire her without good reason.
What if she stirred up trouble among the staff?
So this is where she gets the idea to frame her.
Curiosity killed the cat.
Oh, Andrew, hi. I I'm sorry, I was just...
Spying on our manager?
No, I heard something, and I...
Hey. It's okay, I'm just pulling your leg. I'm sorry I scared you.
I'm just... I'm not used to having people around me while I work.
Yeah, you're always working alone up there, aren't you? I actually think it's the first time I've seen you down in the lobby. Don't tell me you've been sent to clean up after the Valentine's Day ball.
Were you here Friday night to see the whole thing?
Yeah. They had someone in charge of the event, but she ended up crying alone in the stairwell, so I had to take over.
What happened? Did it really go so wrong?
It certainly didn't go wrong for the people enjoying the party, but for those sober around them, that's another story.
Oof. Good God. I'm glad I didn't have to be there. I don't know how you do it.
And I don't know how you handle cleaning up after other people all day. You must see plenty of weird stuff, right?
Yeah.
What's the weirdest thing you found in a guest's room?
I don't really want to say something gross. It's weird to say something about you, right? But I kind of want to know. I don't want to do the pennies again. Fuck it, in for a penny.
Well, there was this
Oh
lady who had a love letter addressed to someone I know.
What? No way. Who was it?
You.
You're messing with me.
It was worth seeing your face turn red.
Wow, you got me. Oh, I better go help Beth. It's hell here with the snowstorm.
It's okay. I need to,
Yeah, all right. Take care.
You too. What's the big rush?
I need to bring this to our VIP guest, the one who rented the entire floor.
Is it a bucket of
Oh.
snow?
Is it that British man I keep hearing about?
Oh, is it fucking Hitchcock? It's fucking Hitchcock.
He's sort of a
That's what
celebrity,
it's Hitchcock, isn't it?
He sure acts like one. I wouldn't want to be that poor assistant he keeps shouting at.
Yeah, he was notoriously
I wish I was a
an
celebrity
asshole,
in his
wasn't he?
room. Can you imagine the weird things I'd find?
Be careful what you wish for. I wouldn't be surprised if the man kept a few skeletons in his closet.
Can't you tell me who he is?
I've never actually met him. I always talk to his assistant. Only Bernard knows his identity. I do have a suspicion, though,
Oh?
but I'm not sure I should say it.
Can't you at least give me a hint?
Okay, let me think. Whew. Saved by the bell.
Hey, come on. Don't leave me hanging.
Let's just say I like to prolong the suspense.
Wait. Is that the hint?
Who knows?
Fair enough.
That's so funny.
Have fun up there.
That's
You
so
too.
funny. Game, I love you so much. Alright, we're gonna get rid of all the stuff to begin with, just because we know where this is going.
Beth, it's Sophie. Can I speak to Andrew, please?
Yeah. Hold on. Andrew? Andrew?
I'm here. Clarrington Hotel reception desk. Andrew speaking.
Hey, are you okay?
Hey, Sophie. Yeah, it's just my trip to the 6th floor took longer than expected.
Oh, I'm sorry to add to your plate, but I really need your help.
Sure. What's up?
I think Mr. Spade's stalking me while I work.
Mr. Spade? Why would he...
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but sometimes when I clean the rooms, I get a little curious and, you know, snoop through our guest stuff.
Oh, Mr. Spade caught you in the act.
Yes. He took pictures of me. I found them hanging over the bathtub. He set up a kind of dark room. I think we should call the police.
Whoa, slow down a minute.
But
Sophie, there are pictures of you invading our guests' privacy.
But I didn't steal anything. I was just snooping, I swear.
It sounds
I
more
believe you.
accusatory
I
coming
believe
from
you.
him.
But others might not. With those pictures, it could really blow up in your face if a guest were to complain about missing items.
I can't tell if it's like because the character is slightly different or if because like I'm like having an assumption because it's a male voice actor or a male voice coming out of the phone. But to me, he sounds more accusatory than Beth did. Beth also seems more like, you know, excited for the gossip and the snoop. Andrew might not be so thrilled about that kind of thing. I threw the pictures out.
Well, I threw them out.
That's one way to deal with it, I guess. You said you found the pictures hanging over the bath, right? Were they still wet?
I wouldn't say wet, but a little damp, yeah.
Okay. So you must have developed them fairly recently.
What are you getting at?
Well, the pictures you found were left there to dry, but he could have developed more of them in an earlier batch. He wouldn't have left them in the bathroom, though. Probably stored them somewhere dry.
Are you telling me I should snoop around?
Well, it's nothing you haven't done before, is it?
Andrew?
Nah, come on. A little joke's never killed anyone.
Any idea where I should start then?
Well, according to my notes, Mr. Spade asked for the combination to his room's safe. There's a good chance he stored more pictures in it.
Maybe, but I don't have the code.
Maybe I can... Give me a sec.
Well, I like that both Beth and Andrew are ride or die.
Shoot.
What?
Bad news is, I can't find the combination list. Good news is, we can probably do without it. Most guests write their code down to make sure they don't forget it. So, say you wanted to look for it, I could keep an eye out and call you if
I wonder
see our
happens if I
mysterious
just
photographer return.
if I call him,
Okay.
I'm just like guess.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem.
Oh, and Andrew,
Yes?
please keep this between us.
Of course. Don't worry about that.
Oh, that yes was looking for more. That yes was looking for more.
No combination.
Oh, I have to find it? Okay. Does it work?
Chicken.
Can I open it first? It's 3457. Oops, did I
on,
miss the
Sophie.
call?
Damn it. I need to find some clues to decipher that code reminder.
I got it right here. Maybe I needed to zoom in on it. Oh, I hope I didn't throw it out. Did I already throw it out? Oh shit. Have I really fucked everything?
Address, division, year.
Oh, okay. So this is 34. Did they change it? Or did I just get it backwards with dyslexia like I normally do? There we go. I've also got to figure out how to open 509 because there's an achievement for
Clarendon
that
Hotel
too.
reception desk. Andrew speaking.
It's me.
Oh, hey. Just a sec.
Beth, could you cover for me?
Again?
Oh,
Pretty
Beth.
Please?
Pretty please.
Sorry about that. So,
That's so cute.
found anything on Mr. Spade?
Well,
OT3,
Mr.
really.
Spade isn't even
OT3.
his real name.
It's not? What is it?
Sophie has two hands.
Paul Morgan.
Huh. I guess he wanted something a tad more exciting. So I take it you opened the safe. What was in it?
A journal.
Oh? Does it say why he's stalking you?
No, but it seems he's stalking 2 other people as well.
2 other staff members? Who is it?
No, they're guests. I don't know their names though. I was hoping you could find them in the logbook.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Are you alright?
Of course. Sorry. I'll just need some more info to narrow the search. What do you know about them?
From what I can gather, it seems they're together.
Okay, so we're probably looking for a room with a double bed then.
Do we have a lot of couples at the moment?
Well, seeing as last Friday was Valentine's Day.
Fair.
Oh.
So yeah, a lot. I'll need a little more to go on.
Mr. Morgan refers to them as H and M.
It could be initials, or maybe, I don't know, husband and mistress?
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah. Wait a minute. There's a couple staying in room 509. Hector and Marcella Cruz.
Hector and Marcella. H and M.
My thoughts exactly.
Do you know anything about the cruises?
Well, I was there when they checked in. Handed them a couple pamphlets on tourist attractions. I remember noticing that Mr. Cruz wears the same cologne as my father.
Oh?
That's not much to go on.
Yeah, I know. Do you, perhaps, have room 509 on your to-do list?
I do, actually.
Would it be wrong of me to suggest you do some...
Snooping? I guess that's what I'm known for now.
Don't worry. I'm sure we'll find a better legacy for you.
I'll call you if I find anything.
Watch out, alright?
I will. I promise.
Time to clean this the fuck up. Fucking Linda.
Hypocrite bitch. What did Linda do?
No, wait.
And to whom? This shade of red. It matches the message on the door. This goes beyond constructive criticism. It's just a personal crusade.
What is it?
Wendy? It's Sophie. Are you alright?
Do I sound all right?
No, I guess not.
Just leave me alone. I don't want to talk.
I was in the break room earlier, and, I couldn't help but overhear your argument with Jacques. I'm sorry he let Linda get to his head. He should be trusting you, not her.
Yeah, well,
I know I wouldn't be your first pick, but I'm here if you need to talk.
maybe later. I just can't talk about it. I can't talk about it right now.
Aw.
I'm sorry I was rude.
Aw.
It's okay.
Sophie,
Yeah?
thank you.
Aw. Yay, we helped Wendy. At least a little bit. Oh, honey.
I should be able to open 509 now. Back to the 5th floor.
So I assume Andrew's gonna come down instead of Beth now.
Hey,
Yep.
Sophie.
Oh, hey, Andrew. On break already?
No, not yet. I have to deliver something to our VIP guest.
Again?
Yep, the requests just keep on coming. What about you? Aren't you supposed to be in 509?
I'm heading up now. I just had to grab Linda's master key before I could continue our investigation.
Ah, gotcha. What a day, huh? Tending to an eccentric VIP guest, discovering, well, what you discovered in 505. Pretty exciting as far as a workday at the Clarington goes.
Yeah, that's definitely one way to put it.
Again,
not
a little
all, though.
insensitive to Sophie feeling like she's being stalked, but still.
I was looking for my keys, and I heard someone crying in the bathroom.
You sure it's not the old Clarington ghost again?
No, it's Wendy. She's pretty upset.
What happened?
I think Linda got to Jacques' head, and Wendy hit back by writing hypocrite bitch on her door.
Oof. I mean, this was bound to happen. You'd have to be living under a rock to miss how Linda's been treating her lately.
Yeah, Linda's been pretty bad to Wendy. I'm not surprised she snapped.
Remember her birthday? Bobby slipped her a slice of cake from the kitchen, and along came Linda to confiscate it,
Ugh.
telling Wendy she was doing her a favor.
That's bad too.
I don't know how Wendy managed to keep her cool.
If
The
it
one
had
Beth
been
talks
me,
about is her hair.
I probably would have burst into tears.
Yeah. Interpersonal conflict makes for a good read, but in real life it can be a bit much to deal with.
Yeah.
You've always been good at staying above it, though. You get along with everyone.
I don't think I get along with everyone, but some people are worth getting friendlier with. Like you.
Oh, thanks.
Aw.
I'm glad not everyone around here thinks I'm a complete bore. Wait till Beth hears this.
OT3,
Well,
OT3,
it was nice to
OT3,
chat.
OT3.
Don't let me keep you, though. I have to head to maintenance anyway. Maybe Eugene can help me find the product our guest of honor is looking for.
Yeah, we both got a lot on our plates today.
I'll be ready and waiting for your updates on H&M. Take care.
You too.
Damn, I should have taken the phone call. Dang it. I think we've done everything that we came to do. Which was mostly save Wendy.
More work for poor Rebecca. Hang in there, Reb. No combination, no entry. SW. Looks like you had a few appointments with him, Mr. Cruz. Or her.
SW. Hmm. Interesting. Curious what that is. Great.
Looks like someone tore that note apart, but I'm missing some pieces. I can't make out what's written.
Oh, so it does it when you get two pieces? Game, can I answer the phone, please?
Hello? Hello? Andrew?
No.
Is that you?
Hector's probably trying to call for Marcella. Although, why would he call his own room? Also, how would he get a phone? Maybe it's Paul?
Clarington Hotel reception desk.
Andrew?
Hey, Sophie.
Did you just call me?
So who called the...
Then who called?
I'm not sure I understand.
I'm really curious. Is
Someone
it Hector
just
trying to call
called
for help? And he
I
just
said
can't?
nothing. All I could hear was static and breathing.
That's pretty unsettling. Hang on. Hey, Beth? You got a minute? No. Give me a second, Sophie. Okay, so Beth tells me she just patched a call through to 509.
Did she recognize the caller's voice?
Oh,
Oh, so no matter what, Sophie's gonna ask for no more calls here. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Let me check. Okay, it was a male voice, but she's not sure whether it was Mr. Morgan's or not.
Did she notice anything else?
She says it sounded like a bell rang in the background, like an elevator bell. So she assumed whoever was calling was one of our guests.
So it really
You didn't
could have
see
been
Mr. Morgan
Hector.
come back to the hotel, did you?
No.
It makes much more
I
sense
get
if it's
why you're on
Hector
edge,
attempting to call
but
for help.
I don't see any way he could know you're in 509.
But there's like
I
no
haven't
phone
spoken
over
to anyone
there.
about this.
I know you did it.
How would he get to a phone?
Can you ask Beth not to patch any calls here for a while?
Yeah, sure thing.
Thanks.
How the hell would he get to a
I
phone?
haven't had time to check all of 509 yet, so I better get back to it.
Wait a second. I just remembered something about this morning. I can't believe I didn't think about it before.
What is it?
A few minutes after Mr. Morgan knocked over that vase in the lobby, I saw Mrs. Cruz rush out of the hotel, all alone.
So maybe he fell, because it seemed like they were all there in that area at some point. So if Mr. Cruz was there and he fell and they watched him fall and they're like, oh no, we're going to be arrested for this. They all leave the hotel shortly in succession, one after the other. Maybe Anna has to go back and get her son. So they all leave him as he's fallen to die, right? Because that'll give them the insurance money if, it's not a murder, or if it's, if no one gets plugged for it, or whatever. Paul is implicated, but they all leave quickly.
Really? Do you know what time it was exactly?
So that
I think it was a minute or
he just
two
bleeds
after
out and
10.
dies.
What?
I remember hearing a loud noise on the 5th floor right around that time. Like a door slamming really hard.
You think it was her?
Maybe.
No, I think that was him going down. Oh boy. I think I've pieced together the story. Because technically they're all accomplices in manslaughter for leaving him to die.
Did you notice anything weird about her?
I don't know. She passed by the front desk so fast I barely had time to see her.
She was running.
Yeah?
I've always seen the Cruzes as a pair.
Yep.
I suppose it is a bit odd
That's why
that
he
she
wasn't
left
there.
without
That's why
her
he's not in
husband.
the room right now.
Maybe she was sneaking out. Maybe she was following Mr. Morgan.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Hopefully I can make sense of all of this.
I'm sure you can.
Maybe he
Give me a
grabbed
call as
someone's
soon as you've
necklace,
found something,
slipped.
Okay?
Okay. Thanks for the info.
Ugh. Oh, that sucks. I'm going to try and sequence break this too. See if I can open it with just the password grease. You know what? I should probably look up what that is. I have an inkling as to what it is because I didn't take a lot of French, but I did learn a tiny amount of French when I was a very young child, and I don't remember most of it. But that seems familiar to me. There we go. That's the last of them.
I will leave notes in the vent next to your room.
Clarington Hotel reception desk. Andrew speaking.
Hey, Andrew. It's me.
Sophie, did you uncover anything in 509?
I did. I found a message written in strange symbols. A kind of secret code.
What? Awesome. Did you crack it?
It says, I will leave notes in the vent next to your room.
In the vent? What an odd thing to do.
Yeah. And whoever the message was intended for went through a lot of trouble to hide it. It was torn in 12 pieces and scattered in 3 different trash cans.
So the Cruzes are keeping secrets from each other. Do you think maybe one of them's having an affair?
Well, that's possible. It's quite obvious they're having marital problems.
What makes you say that?
I found an apology note, neatly folded next to a room service tray. I think Mr. Cruz wrote it.
Ah, so he got into an argument with the missus. I bet it's because he never cleans up after himself. Most arguments my parents have revolve around my father being unable to put his dirty socks anywhere near the laundry basket. Turns my mother red with rage. Did you find anything else?
I'm pretty sure the husband was sentenced to sleeping in the living room. I found a pillow and some sheets on the couch.
It's pretty obvious Mr. Cruz is having an affair,
Nope.
right? Mrs. Cruz must have found out. Hence the apology message and the night on the couch. What do you think?
Interesting. Oh,
Mrs.
yeah,
Cruz
there we
could
go.
be the one having the affair. I found a bank statement from a secret account of hers.
A secret account?
Well, that's my guess. It's in her own name and hidden in her jewelry box.
Why would she have a secret account?
I don't know. To hide an affair with a wealthy businessman or something?
Maybe.
And that's not all. The account was emptied about a week ago. A withdrawal of $5,000.
Whoa. Sounds like someone's planning to run away.
Yeah. I'll go and have a look at the vent that's mentioned in the message. Just to be sure we're on the right track.
Good idea. It's almost break time for me. If you need my help again, you can ask Beth to patch you through to the break room.
Ooh.
All right. Enjoy your break.
Thanks, Sophie.
It's pretty eerie knowing that Hector's probably just over there bleeding out. Poor guy. Wonder what happens when we make up an excuse.
What are you doing here anyway? Are you on break?
Yes.
Yep.
I am.
Don't take too long.
No, I won't.
What's going on?
Oh, Andrew.
Sorry. Seems I've made a habit of sneaking up on you today. Spying on Bernard again?
No, I'm looking for a screwdriver. For the vent. Linda asked Eugene to fix Bernard's window.
Ah, gotcha.
Eugene?
What? Maybe you should go have a look. You know what? I'll stand guard by the elevator and holler if Bernard approaches.
Okay, thanks. I'll be quick.
This time I might actually be quick, because I can just throw out the gross stuff that Bernard said about it, like, to his brother, and instead of reading the whole thing.
Because it's not...
Do you remember that loose tile from last week?
Yes?
Well, I'm afraid it hasn't been properly repaired.
What do you mean?
I mean that, it's still broken, sir. Someone put a rug on top of it, but you can still hear it crack. I'm just checking to make sure guests don't trip over it.
Is that part of your job description?
No, it isn't, sir.
Well, then I suggest you stop worrying about Miss Belivet. What were you
Wrong
doing
name
in
again.
my office?
I was simply closing the door. Someone left it ajar.
Really? But that doesn't explain what you're doing on this floor. You know
Oops.
very well
Yep.
the cleaning staff isn't supposed to wander around the lobby for no reason. You wouldn't be lying to me, would you, Miss Belivet?
I'm being caught.
No, I swear,
It's my fault, sir.
Aw, Andrew,
I
I'm sorry.
spilled my coffee, and so I asked Sophie to come clean it up.
Your coffee? Mr. Rossi, you're not supposed to have beverages at the front desk.
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
Aw, Andrew. No! No! Andrew!
Sorry.
Oh. Well, that's the consequence for lying about where I'm going.
Eugene was supposed to fix that window. as I was saying, I'm a little worried about you, Andrew.
Oh?
Well, you know I appreciate your efficiency. I've told you that before, but you're so uptight. Cigarette?
No. Thank you, sir. I don't smoke.
You see, that's what I'm talking about. Your perfect choir boy routine works well with guests, but what about outside of work? Do you ever unwind?
Of course I do, sir. I like to read and go to the movie theater and...
No, that's not what I mean. Do you have any lady friends?
Oh my god,
You're not
Bernard, what the fuck?
homosexual, are you?
What? No, sir. Actually, there's a girl here that I quite like.
Really? Well, I wouldn't usually condone relationships between staff and guests, but...
No, she's not a guest. She works here.
Oh, Andrew. Some of the women here may be good looking, but trust me.
Asshole!
A working woman's nothing but trouble. Once they get their first job, they start having all these funny ideas
Asshole!
about women's liberation. Just look at Elizabeth.
Oh
Well,
no.
she's easy on the eyes, isn't she? But marry her, and she'll push you around for the rest of your life. Now, what you need is a nice girl to wait for you at home with a good meal cooking on
What?
the stove.
You're fucking cheating on your wife, although I guess you broke it off with Linda. But
Yeah, I guess.
You know what?
poor.
I get all these resumes from young women looking
What the
for
fuck?
their first job. Some of them even leave a picture. Why don't you take a minute to look at them?
Oh my
I'm
god.
sure if you find one you like, you could convince her she doesn't need to work after all.
What the fuck?
Well, she would kind of have to. I don't mean to complain, sir, but I couldn't possibly support two people with my...
Oh, no.
Oh, well, if you find yourself a girl you like, I'll give you a raise.
Lol, what?
Okay. I guess I'll have a look.
Then go ahead.
Coerced into looking at
Yes, right now.
girls? What
There's
the
no time
fuck?
like the present, is there? Aren't they nice?
What the fuck, Bernard?
Yeah, very nice. Yeah.
He's doing his best, poor guy.
Time to see what secrets that vent is holding.
Oh, I feel bad, but also that was really funny.
Meet me tonight in my room. Michael will be sleeping. We need to discuss our plan.
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Andrew speaking.
It's me.
Hey, you got anything good for me?
Yeah, but I also wanted to thank you for saving my skin earlier.
Oh, no problem.
I hope I didn't get you into too much trouble.
I wasn't in trouble, per se, but I did have a pretty awkward conversation with Bernard.
Oh.
I did happen to listen in.
No, don't worry. It was just weird. He asked all kinds of personal questions. That's just so unlike him, you know? But it's alright. I'd rather have that than his usual sermons. Anyway, did you manage to open the vent? What was in it?
I found another message written in secret code.
And?
It says, meet me tonight in my room. Michael will be sleeping. We need to discuss our plan.
Who's Michael? A guest's husband?
I don't know. It's the first time I'm hearing of a Michael in this story.
Yeah, the cast keeps getting bigger. I'll just check the logbook. There's a Michael staying in room 507.
Mrs. Beaumont's room? But she doesn't have a husband. She's here alone with... Oh! Michael must be her son. I got him some extra blankets the other day so he could build a fort.
That's really nice of you. So, Mrs. Beaumont is linked to the cruises, huh? I have a feeling we may be approaching the climax of this story.
I guess I should go have a look at 507, but it's not on my list. There's a do not disturb sign on the door.
How about I call up there? You know, to make sure no one's home.
Good idea.
Just a sec. Well, it looks like the room is ready for your snooping, my lady.
Thank you, good sir.
Dorks.
I'll call you back. Mr. Cruz, numbers, dates, times. What does it all mean?
Both have lipstick on them, so. Still wonder what that is. 11:15 a.m., 7 p.m., 10:30 a.m., 2 p.m., 9:25 p.m. Are they sneaking out at night? But what is the code? 1824.
Looks like someone grew tired of looking at your face, Mr. Beaumont. That look in your eyes. What does it mean? And who is this from?
That's Paul. That's got to be from Paul, right?
Aw, that's so sweet. I didn't do much, but I'm glad it meant something. Those few coins in my tip jar were getting pretty lonely. They'll appreciate the company. So you were eager to set up a meeting, but didn't want anyone noticing. Aha! Keys are Snoop's best friend. We're calling Andrew. I'll need another key to unlock this. Haven't I seen one just like this somewhere? Ah, there you are. With Marcella. God knows where she is.
Clarington Hotel reception desk, Andrew speaking.
Hey, Andrew.
Sophie, crazy timing. I've got something for you.
Oh, what is it?
I heard a certain Mr. Cruz and a Mr. Morgan had an argument yesterday evening.
Really? Who told you that?
Jacques did. Apparently, it got so heated he had to get involved. And it sounds like we were on the right track, because he heard a particular word thrown around quite a lot. Can you guess what it is?
Affair?
Exactly.
How bad was the fight?
I think Jacques got in the middle of it before it got too intense. But he said Mr. Cruz looked like he was about to kill Mr. Morgan. So Mrs. Cruz must be having an affair with him, right? And her husband found out?
Maybe, but that doesn't explain Mrs. Beaumont's involvement with Mrs. Cruz.
What do you mean?
I found a chest in room 507. I think it can only be opened by turning 2 keys at once. I found one of them in Mrs. Beaumont's things.
What about the second one?
Well, I remembered seeing a similar key in one of Mr. Morgan's stocking pictures, so I went back to check. Mrs. Cruz wears it as a pendant. It looks identical to Mrs. Beaumont's key.
Let me get this straight. Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz own identical keys that open a chest with 2 locks? Okay, there's definitely something going on between them.
I think Mrs. Cruz and Mrs. Beaumont might be the ones having the affair.
Really? Well, it is the 1950s after all. I guess anything's possible. Did you find any clues that might
Well,
support
he
this?
wasn't objectively
Nothing
against
concrete.
it.
I mean,
So that's
I
a good
did find
sign,
a letter
right?
that suggests they may have gone to college together, but they could just as well be good friends, right?
Yeah, that's probably more likely.
No.
I guess we'd know for sure if we could have a look at that chest, but I don't think I'll be able to open it. I've looked around room 509. I would have seen the second key if it was there. Mrs. Cruz must have left with it this morning.
Probably.
We were so close. I can't believe it all ends here.
Well, if you get me a candle and some plaster, I may be able to do something about that chest.
How?
I'll tell you later, okay? Just find those things, and I'll meet you in the basement as soon as I can.
All right. Thank you for not giving up.
I would never give up on you.
Great. This takes care of half of this little scavenger hunt. Ooh. Is this a...
By the way, it's Cary Grant who was in North by Northwest, not Jimmy Stewart. He's just looking to see if Jimmy Stewart's available. Oh. This is probably the end of the code, 4216. I'm going to write that one down. I guess we'll find out if that's the end of the code.
Stash uncovered. Got a candle. Now, what next?
Hello. What are you?
Mr. VIP is really getting to Bobby.
Rebecca, I confess I'm about to commit murder. I don't care who he is, how rich he is, how famous he is. The VIP guest in 602 is a goddamn psycho. He ordered room service this morning, but somehow the plates got mixed up and he received eggs instead of pancakes. It happens, right? Well, the man rushed to the kitchen in a frenzy and yelled at us for 10 minutes straight, saying eggs are disgusting and that he hates them. I should have told him he's disgusting and I hate him. I thought of spitting on his next meal, but before leaving, he swore he'd never order anything from our kitchen ever again. Without the shadow of a doubt, this is the worst establishment I've ever visited, he said in his pompous accent. If he ever sends his clothes downstairs to be cleaned, can you be a good friend and stitch all his pockets? Any other form of sabotage would do, too. I know you're creative. Just be careful not to arouse too much suspicion, Bobby. Oh, it's definitely Hitchcock.
There you are.
I'm not sure I understand what the plan is here.
Well, I remember reading a spy novel. I can't remember the title, it wasn't that good. In which they used wax and plaster to make a key mold. I'm thinking we could do the same.
Are you sure it's gonna work?
Sure? No. In the novel, they used a special kind of wax, not candle wax. But I think it's worth a shot.
Yeah, you're right.
So let's do this, shall we? First step, pour the wax, I suppose? Careful though, the pot's probably hot. That's it. Nicely done. Next, better wait a few seconds before removing it. Looks good. Pretty sure you can take it out now. I think we're almost done. All that's left is to pour the plaster from the cup into the mold. Good job. So now we wait until it's dry, I guess.
How long do you think it's gonna take?
A few minutes, probably. We can poke it every now and then to check.
I bet you didn't think you'd be making a plaster key today, huh?
No. But I like it. I feel like I'm in one of those novels I spend my days reading.
Interesting way to ask, but sure.
Have you ever read banned books?
What do you mean?
You know, books banned by the church. I heard, Copernicus is a pretty interesting read.
Huh. Funny you should say that. It's on my list, actually. Although I can confirm it takes a more scientific mind than mine to enjoy it.
I suppose there's a reason why those books are illegal, right?
Well, the church did persecute Galileo for saying the Earth revolved around the sun, and not the other way around. So, Even as a man of the cloth, I don't mind saying their judgment isn't always the best.
You're a priest?
A man of the cloth? Wait, you're a priest?
Technically, no. I've gone through most of the classes, but I left the seminary before taking holy orders.
Wow, I never knew that.
Yeah, I think you're the first person here that I've told.
I really can't imagine you in robes. Actually, I can't imagine you in anything but this uniform.
Yeah, I guess we've never seen each other outside of work, huh? Maybe we should grab a coffee one day? I could tell you all about the exciting things that happened at the seminary.
Yeah, I think I'd like that.
Awesome. The corner cafe is not too far from here. Why don't we meet after work one of these evenings?
That sounds great.
Oh, look. I think our key double is dry and ready to go.
I can't believe it worked. I could not have done this without you.
Well, I'm glad I was able to be of some help. I should get back upstairs, though. I've been gone far too long already. Let me know how it goes with the key. Oh, and you should probably be careful when you turn it. Otherwise, it could break inside the lock.
Yeah, I'll be careful. Thank you for everything.
You're welcome, Sophie.
Be careful, Sophie. You don't want this key to break.
Oh, I did it. I did it without breaking the key. Yes. It is possible.
A cat named Greta. G.R. Doris Day. That's an alliteration, isn't it? Doris. I.S.
Clarington Hotel reception desk. Andrew speaking.
Hey, Andrew. Got a minute?
I always have time for you.
Cute.
I opened the chest to room 507.
Huh. It worked.
Yeah, I really wasn't sure, but our little key is sturdier than it looks.
Only because I was really gentle this time.
So, what's in the chest?
A riddle.
A riddle?
I think it was written by Mrs. Beaumont for Mrs. Cruz. And I think the answer will give me the combination for a case I found in room 509. I could use your help with it, though.
That's awesome. I love riddles. Tell me, which part's causing you trouble?
Neither.
Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Do you know what this could mean?
This really isn't my area of expertise. Hey, Beth, you know bars, right? Well, not all of them. What about one that has a color in its name? Like the orange chair or the blue lagoon or something?
Well, there's the white cat, but I don't think that's your crowd.
Oh, it's not for me, but thanks. Did you get that, Sophie?
Yeah, I did. But I'm not sure I understand what it means.
Well, if her favorite bar is indeed the white cat, then it means we're looking for...
A black cat.
Exactly. So maybe you should look around to see if there's some reference to a black cat in Mrs. Beaumont's stuff.
Okay, I will.
Is there anything else?
Here's another one. Her alliterative name will surely take you back.
Intriguing.
Yeah.
The one
I'm
time
not sure what alliterative
I don't need
means.
help. I've done the phone call.
It's a series of words that start with the same sound or letters. Like perpetual peril. Does that help you?
Yes.
I think I know what to do.
Of course you do. Anything else I can help you with?
No, that's all. Thank you.
My pleasure. I'm just glad I could finally put my riddle-solving skills to good use. Call me when you've opened that case.
You know I will.
Cute. Alright, this one's incriminating you? Yes. Oh, I can't throw them out yet. Okay.
So this was all a story about star-crossed lovers, with the lovers in question being Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz.
Seems like it, yeah. But I'm not sure whether they chose to meet here just to reconnect for a few days, or if there's something more to it.
Actually, I think I can help with that.
Really? How?
Well, some mail just arrived here for Mrs. Beaumont.
Never gonna encourage them to open the
wonder
mail.
what's in it.
Me too.
Should we open it?
Sophie.
Well, that's illegal, isn't it? But sometimes the mail arrives a little damaged, you know?
True. What the-
Oops.
So?
It's a tourism pamphlet for California and 3 train tickets. What do you think this means?
I'd
They're
say
going to California.
Anne and Marcella are probably planning to run away from their husbands. Those train tickets must be for them and Michael.
So you're on a first-name basis now, huh?
Well, after reading so much of their correspondence, I kind of feel like I know them, you know?
Yeah, like characters in a book. I have to say, though, I'm still a bit confused as to how Paul fits into all of this.
Turns out he's a big fan of Marcella.
He is? Why?
She writes pulp fiction under his pseudonym. I think her books gave Paul a chance to get out of his own head while he was staying in a psychiatric hospital.
I get it. Books have always been a way to escape
Aw.
for me, too. But why did he have pictures of you?
We'll probably never know. I think the trail ends here.
I guess investigations in real life always have some loose ends. I
Well,
was kind of hoping we'd
kind
have
of.
this
No.
big third act
No.
reveal,
No, you
to
don't.
be honest.
No, you don't.
At least it made our day pretty interesting.
That's for sure.
You don't wish that because it means a man's
Helped me
actually dead.
understand you better, too.
Aw, cute.
Why you snoop, I mean. Piecing together people's stories, learning what makes them tick. It makes you realize we may have more in common than it seems.
You're right. Which is why the next story I'd like to learn is yours, Andrew.
Oh? Am I gonna find you snooping
I
through
already
my
snooped through
apartment
your
next?
locker, so... Well, maybe.
I would love to share my story with you, Sophie.
Cute.
You're the first person in a long time who's made me feel like I can.
Aw.
Would you come and see me when your shift ends? We could leave together, if you'd like.
Sure. If we're able to. With all that snow, I'm thinking
Sophia's
maybe
just,
we'll
like,
have no
raring
choice
to
but
go.
spend the night here.
I guess that wouldn't be so bad. We could set up a pillow fort on
They-
the mezzanine.
OT3, they all like
Pillow
pillow forts. Except for Sophie, apparently.
We work in a hotel, you know. There are actual beds here.
Oh, I wouldn't be sleeping.
Huh.
I've got a reading list the size of the Eiffel Tower. This would be the perfect chance to put a dent in it.
Cute.
That does sound like fun. I could bring my magazines and, ooh, maybe light some of Rebecca's candles.
Now I kind of hope we do get stuck here.
Oh, it's so cute. And it's about to all go to hell.
I just have to finish my tasks for the day, and then I can leave.
Ding. There it is. Yeah, editing it, I didn't realize that the dinging had started as soon as this part starts, but like, oh. Oh. Anything else I need to throw away here? No. Marcella's got some stuff I should throw away, right? Okay. Oh, Hector, you poor thing. You didn't deserve this. At least I don't think you did. I guess we'll find out once we open that safe.
Mr. Cruz? Mr. Cruz. Oh God. Oh God. What happened? Mr. Cruz's life insurance policy. Why did he have this on him? Is this about Paul? Does that mean...
I feel like I should leave that on him, right? No, it'll probably point to Marcella. Yeah, the ice pick is not covered in blood, so yeah, I don't think it was the murder weapon. I think that he just hit his head.
Should I hold on to this, maybe?
Can I do this without standing in the blood at all?
Poor Paul. Lindsay's death really hit him hard. He hasn't been in the best headspace. So Paul just needed to pass the time while Marcella was away. That's why he was observing us. Paul was hiding out, right here. Did he ever find the person who was sneaking out at night? 9:45? So Anne and Marcella met here this morning while I was busy cleaning room 504. Oh, so Paul's work with Marcella was to follow her around like a private investigator, to help her with research for her novel.
No, I don't think he slipped on it. I think he grabbed it off of her.
A, B, and Beaumont. Might need more power.
You ruined my life, you fucking moron. I lost my house, my family, everything, and now you refuse to pay the money you owe me. For years I gave my hard-earned money. It was all for nothing. I hope you and the All-American burn in hell. SW. woman and 3 children. Oh, this is from the guest in room 4 or whatever. So if anyone killed him, he probably did. Samuel Williams. The Williams house, located on 32nd Street, is a total loss. 4 members of a family died in a residential fire last night. According to the police and firefighters, flames were seen coming from the 2-story house by a neighbor at around 3 a.m. It took fires about 1 hour to extinguish the blaze. The bodies of a woman and 3 children were found in the house. Police identified the victims as Meredith Williams, 32, and her children Thomas, 12, David, 9, and Sarah, 6. Samuel Williams, the husband, managed to escape the house unharmed. Okay, clues. Maybe I'll just leave that open, you know? A revolver, I think. He didn't have his gun on him. Samuel Williams is a client of Hector Cruz. He lost his wife and 3 children in a residential fire, but Cruz's company refused to pay his insurance claim. Holding Hector responsible for his current situation, Williams has been sending him death threats. It would seem Hector took the threat seriously enough, considering he brought a gun on his wedding anniversary trip. Did the fuses. Alright, we're going to leave this open so the police can find out without the safe being closed. Because it seems to me like Samuel here may have been the one who killed him. That new evidence brings a lot to light here. Mapleson, though. This guy has a lot of debts, and his family is gone. Mayhew. Interesting, though. Did he come under... Is he, like, staying under a pseudonym? Yeah, this has got to be the guy, though. It's his children burned in a fire. He can't look at himself. Alright, well...
Is there anything I've forgotten? Once I leave this floor, I probably won't be able to come back.
I don't think I've forgotten anything. Oh, actually, I should take down the murder board here. Oh, hello. This letter has been sent to you and has been around the world 3 times. The one who breaks the chain will have bad luck. Mr. Smith received the letter in 1953, made 33 copies, and sent them 3 days later. He won the lottery. Mrs. Jones received in 1956, made 33 copies, sent them 3 days later. He discovered an old treasure in his backyard. Mr. Williams received a letter, burned it. His wife and 3 kids died in the fire that very night. Oh my god. Mr. Green forgot the letter in a drawer and lost his job. We found the letter again. He got a better job than before. In no case should this chain be broken. It's a chain letter. But also Mr. Williams. That's dark. What the hell? I'm just gonna leave it. I didn't throw it away last time. It's a clue. A crumpled chain letter, probably intended for the garbage can. It does talk about Mr. Williams, though. His name isn't Mr. Williams, but could be under a pseudonym. Sorry, Hector.
I'm sorry.
Hopefully we found the right person.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
So Sophie say murder, or is it something I select?
Service Station 22.
There's a
Oh, Sophie
there's
just
a
says
man
murdered.
dead. He's been murdered. I need the police.
Please stay calm, ma'am. Where are you right now?
The lobby, but the body, it's upstairs.
Can you give me the address, please?
Oh, 1178 Drummond Street.
All right, ma'am. Officers are on their way.
Thank you. Is this the brochure Andrew was talking about? The one that came in the mail for Anne?
Keep the tickets, though.
So Anne and Marcella really are planning to run off together. Was what happened to Hector part of their plan? Why does the VIP want to meet with Paul? Bernard really wants Paul out of the hotel. Okay, I can see how this could make Paul look bad. But it's obvious Bernard cares more about the hotel's reputation than the guests' well-being.
Okay, I don't think there's anything else for me to do here. I think I got it all. We'll see how this goes.
Hey, you're here. I've tried restoring the power, but I think Eugene's the only one with the key to the fuse box, and Sophie? Don't worry. I'll find a way to bring the lights back on. Hey, you look a bit pale. Is everything okay?
I found Mr. Cruz. Hector.
He's back? How's he taking that whole thing with his wife?
You don't understand. I found his body. He's dead, Andrew.
Jesus. Maybe you need to sit down, huh?
Sounds like you need to sit down too.
Did you call the police?
Yeah, they're on their way.
What happened? Was he sick or something?
No, I don't think so. Someone did this to him.
You mean... Jesus. Do you think it could be Paul?
No.
What about Anne and Marcella?
No,
Their affair is a pretty good mother.
Sophie.
I also found a letter from one
There
of
we
Hector's
go.
customers.
That one.
He seemed really angry. I guess it could be him as well.
The police will want to ask you a lot of questions. You may want to be careful about what you tell them. With Paul's history of mental illness, there's a good chance they'll suspect him even if he didn't do it.
I think I know what you mean.
Okay,
Some
so
people
he's the
seem
one,
to
he
assume
drives you away from,
spending time
or
in a
yeah,
psychiatric
he's the one who's like,
hospital means
Paul
you're a
shouldn't.
Murderous psychopath.
Yeah, they really do. You know how I said I studied to become a priest, but never took my orders? That's because I felt so lost. I couldn't enjoy the things I used to
he has a history of mental
I
illness.
could barely get myself out of bed, so I ended up going to a psychiatric
That makes
hospital.
sense.
And the doctors, they helped me get back on my feet. But when I returned to my hometown, it was like I had become a complete stranger. My mother
Aw.
kept telling me I was making it worse in my head, but I swear, people were changing sidewalks when they saw me,
Aw.
looking at me as if I was this dangerous creature all of a sudden. That's why I didn't tell you that.
What?
Call it coincidence or fate, but that psychiatric
Aw.
hospital, it's the same
He
one
knows
Paul went to.
Paul. Aw.
I've met him there. Talked to him a bit.
They're friends.
I'm sorry I didn't say anything before.
No, that's. Aw.
It's okay. I get why you didn't.
You do?
You know how I tell everyone that my mom's sick, bedridden.
Both of these
Well,
words are so good.
it's
Sophie has two
true,
hands, OT3.
I always leave out the part about her illness not being physical. I'm ashamed of the truth. So even though I don't know exactly what you went through, I can understand.
Thank you for telling me. I know it's not an easy thing to talk about, but if you ever want to talk about your mom, I'm here.
This is such
They're
a good game, guys. I'm crying.
Promise me you'll be careful with the information you share.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
I wish I'd been able to do it in the other route too, but perfect route OT3. Sophie has 2 hands. Sophie has 2 hands, guys.
Miss Roy? Miss Roy? Miss Roy!
Oh, sorry. I was distracted.
I really need you to focus right now. I don't want to be here all night, and I'm sure you don't either.
No. No, I don't.
So, as I was saying, we're trying to ascertain the circumstances.
I still have
of
the
Mr.
ice
Cruz's
pick. Oops.
death. Can you tell me how you came to find the body?
I was cleaning room 509 when I heard the elevator bell ring. Again and again and again. I thought maybe a child was playing with the doors, so I went out in the corridor, and that's when I saw him. All the blood and...
Why was the elevator bell ringing?
I'm sorry?
You said you heard the elevator bell ring. Why was it ringing? I assume it wasn't a child after all.
Well, Mr. Cruz's body was preventing the doors from closing.
Really? When we found the body, it wasn't that close to the doors.
Oh, the stairs are blocked because of the renovations, so the elevator's the only way out of the 5th floor. I had no choice but to move the body. Just a little.
Ah, so that explains the traces we found. Thank you for clearing that up. So, what did you do after that?
Well, that's when the power cut. So I had to go to the janitor's closet.
To access the fuse box.
Exactly. I changed a few fuses and turned the power back on.
But there's a lock on that box, isn't there? Did you have the key?
Nope.
No, I didn't. Only Eugene does. But I thought an ice pick might do the trick, so I went to the ice machine to get one.
You're a size 7, I suppose.
Yes, I am. Why?
What did you see when you went to the ice machine?
Blood.
There was blood. A lot of it.
Did you touch anything?
I might have touched a few things. Just to figure out what had happened to Mr. Cruz.
Of course you did. Why so many witnesses can't help but compromise the evidence is just beyond me.
That's okay with me.
Anyway, what did you do after restoring the power?
I took the elevator down to the lobby. That's where I called the police.
Do you remember what you said to the operator? The exact words.
There was a murder.
I'm afraid I don't.
That one I didn't have a choice in.
You said
but she was shell-shocked,
there's
so
a man
fair.
dead. He's been murdered.
That's possible.
What makes you so sure it was murder?
Mr. Cruz received some death threats.
Well, I know about Mr. Cruz's angry customer. The one who sent him death threats.
Oh, yes, we found those. But the customer in question lives back in Texas, so there's no way he could have killed Mr. Cruz. And anyway, how do you even know about that?
I opened the safe.
I've been...
This is probably a bad idea, but...
around the guests' rooms.
Of course you have. Now, unless you want me to arrest you for violating your guest's privacy, I suggest you tell me everything you know.
All right.
We've learned from one of your colleagues that the victim had a fight with a guest named Mr. Spade.
Probably should have lied there.
What can you tell me about him?
I don't really know anything anything about him. He seems nice, though.
You wouldn't be trying to protect him, would you, Miss Roy? Because that could land you in jail.
Guess I'm going to jail.
No, I'm not.
Oops.
Let's try something else then. The victim's wife, Marcella Cruz. Apparently she left in quite a hurry this morning. What can you tell me about her?
I don't know much. Only that she looks like a loving, caring wife.
Does she? It's very odd. Both Mr. Spade and Mrs. Cruz are prime suspects in this case.
Yeah, I threw out too much.
We have very little evidence on either of them. It's almost as if someone has cleaned up after them.
Yep, I probably should have just lied about snooping.
I really hope I'm wrong, though. Because if I'm right, that would be obstruction of justice. And the people, or person, responsible could face very serious consequences.
Deny.
But hey, I guess we'll know soon enough.
Probably gonna get fired.
Bernard sounded really dejected on the phone. Time to see what that's about, I guess. The atmosphere is so different in here. Will it ever feel like it used to? Empty. I guess all bookings are canceled until further notice. It'll probably be a while before the hotel reopens. They are not mincing their words when it comes to Bernard and his management. This doesn't look good for the hotel.
Dark days for the Clarington Hotel. Montreal police continue to move forward with the investigation into the tragic death of an American tourist, Hector Cruz. The 32-year-old insurance agent, accompanied by his wife, is enjoying a stay at the Clarington Hotel when his life was tragically cut short on Monday. Though the investigation has yet to conclude, Lieutenant Detective Maurice Tremblay revealed to the press that Mr. Cruz's death has been ruled a murder. Multiple suspects have been apprehended and taken in for questioning. The victim's wife, Marcella Cruz, as well as two hotel desks, Paul Morgan and Ann Bercy. The Clarington Hotel, managed by Bernard Leduc, is now under severe scrutiny as the investigators attempt to ascertain the exact sequence of events that led to the untimely passing of one of the hotel's own clients. Opened in 1921 by founder Ferdinand Leduc, the establishment enjoyed years of success as it saw visitors around the world walk through its doors. Like many hotels, however, the Clarington took a significant hit during the crash of '29, which led to Ferdinand Leduc taking his own life. Ownership of the hotel then passed on to Ferdinand's eldest son, Raymond Leduc, who cut prices in an attempt to attract a new kind of clientele. What was once a high-class establishment became known as a hub of sexual deviancy and eccentricity, with the offbeat Raymond Leduc as its center. There was always some party going on, said one anonymous source of her stay at the Clarington years ago. Lots of colorful folk piling into that old ballroom, men in women's clothing, guests speaking in incomprehensible tongues. In 1955, Bernard Leduc stepped in to replace his brother at the Clarington's helm. From the onset, he promised that he would return the hotel to its former glory. However, the debacle in which he now finds himself highlights the extent of Leduc's failure at restoring his father's legacy. Arthur Yates, a former regular client of the Clarington, remarked that a murder at the hotel was no surprise, despite Leduc's promise of big changes. Yates was left with the impression the hotel was same as it always was, but with a new coat of paint and a steeper price tag. Faulty elevators, broken floorboards covered with old carpet, and shifty-looking men loitering in the hallways were among some of what he observed during his most recent stay. Yates, as well as a number of other clients, have been relocated to the Queen Summit Hotel in the wake of Mr. Cruz's murder. While a comeback is not impossible, the recent precedent does not favor the Clarington's fate. The Rosewater Hotel saw its doors close within a year after its name became associated with the kidnapping of Bella O'Neill in 1948. The drowning of the Carson twins at the Regal Memorial Inn in 1952 marred its reputation so deeply that the owner was forced to sell the property. Continued, page 5. Well, that ain't good.
I'm not going back up there.
Oh, I meant to go downstairs, but okay. Hey, the bathrooms have been fixed. Nope, okay. Well, at least Eugene got to keep his job. So did Wendy. Though the hotel might go under entirely.
I'll go empty my locker.
Oh no, he got fired.
Hey.
He
Are
probably
you
stood
okay?
up for the psychiatric stuff.
I've just been fired.
What? No,
It's okay. I just need some time to process it. I'll be on the mezzanine if you want to join me afterwards.
yeah. Yeah, okay.
Oh, right. Come in. So, I suppose you know why you're here?
I would guess it has something to do with the murder.
Well, as you may be aware, the hotel's reputation has taken a solid hit. We've been mocked and ridiculed by the papers. It's truly humiliating. And that's not even the worst of it. With a story like this, guests may not flood through our doors again for a very long time. If ever. I may have no choice but to sell the hotel. Just years of arduous work gone down the drain.
I don't feel too badly for you, Bernard. I'm sorry. I cannot feel badly for you. You're an asshole.
It's clear now that we're going to have to tighten our belts for at least a couple of months. Which means cutting off dead weight.
Which means...
I suppose I'm the dead weight.
Yes. I mean, not you specifically, but some of your colleagues certainly are. From what I've heard, you've been quite the exemplary maid lately. Clean rooms, satisfied guests.
I take my job very seriously, sir.
As you should. We'll see for the future, but for now, you'll be allowed to continue working here.
Phew.
Thank you.
I'm not done. The police have finished their investigation and left a mess on the 5th floor. I want you to clean it up.
You want me to go back there?
Yes. Why not?
I found a dead body on that floor. I'm not going back.
I'll make this simple for you. If you don't do it, you're fired.
I mean, never say this. Always let them fire you so that you get, like... Well, I guess in the 50s, I don't know if they had the protections, but always let them fire you so that they have to give you, like, you know, protections. Usually, you can get unemployment benefits. Well, in America at least. But, she's got to take care of her mom, but, like, that's traumatizing as fuck. But also, he's such an asshole. I don't want to do it.
You can't fire me. Because I quit.
Sure. I fire you, you quit. It's all the same to me.
Yeah, but your
just
best worker
make sure
just
to
quit,
empty your
asshole.
locker before the end of the month. That'll be all.
Jerk.
Hey.
Hey.
What a week.
You don't say. So what did Bernard want with you?
Well, he was being kind of a jerk, so I quit.
You what?
I quit. I figured there was no point in staying if you were leaving.
I'm flattered, but that really wasn't necessary.
I think it's for the best. Did Bernard say why he was firing you?
Oh, well, he told me I wasn't as efficient as I used to be. Gave me this ultimatum. I said I couldn't handle any more pressure, so he showed me the door. With his new budget cuts, I had a feeling something like this would happen.
Well, I'm not one bit worried about you. I know you'll be just fine.
Yeah, hopefully I will be.
Think of all the good times you'll have away from Bernard.
It's funny you should say that, 'cause I was actually thinking I'd like being my own boss. I've had this dream for a while of maybe opening a bookstore.
I can't say I'm surprised.
It just makes so much sense. I'd be able to
Aw.
combine the two things I love most, reading books and helping people. Granted, helping people find books is a far cry from helping them find God, but...
My mom likes to say, there's no job too small. Plus, just by the way you're talking about it, it's obvious it'd make you happy. And that's what really matters, I think.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you. I'm really glad I have you in my life.
Me too.
Can I?
Smooch, smooch.
Kiss me?
Yes.
Please do.
Aww. They're adorable. They're also kind of adorkable, but that's what I like about it.
It was.
Personally, I think Beth is a more interesting character. Huh. Should we broach this topic, or... I'm curious.
I've been thinking about Paul a lot.
Oh, really? Should I be jealous?
No, not in that way. I've been thinking about what he went through. And you as well. How you've been ashamed of something you have no control over. How I've been ashamed of my own mother. I don't want to be ashamed of her anymore. And I don't want to be ashamed of you.
Well, then let's be shameless together. Look, it may be hard at first, but I have a feeling a wind of change is about to blow. One day, struggling with your own mind won't be any more shameful than having chickenpox.
I really hope that's true.
It will be.
Hmm.
Hey, it's that detective.
Whoa.
What's he doing here?
Is he gonna arrest me?
Let's not make a scene, all right?
A scene? What's
Oh,
going
he's
on?
arresting me for snooping.
Andrew, it's okay.
I warned you where obstruction of justice
Yep.
would get you, Miss Roy. So here we are. You're under arrest.
What? This is nonsense. What are you doing? You can't just... You can't... They can't just...
Well, to be fair, I should have lied. That's my own fault. Police stumped. Paul avoided prison, yay! He's gonna be in a movie, yay! And he got to see, oh, he brought flowers. Aww. So is this the choices? You take the fall, or one of those, or one of the others does? Clangton, new management. All are welcome. So did the brother take over? He tampered with evidence, got caught, and ended up in prison. Yup. Nope, but I got released. He waited for me. That's so sweet. I suppose I should load from the point at which I fucked up and, oh, I can speed it up. I should probably load from the point at which I messed up and should have lied where I didn't lie. I have a feeling that lying at that point probably would have kept me out of prison. So we can probably see them kiss in the bookstore instead of outside the detention center. Wrong one. This. Right here.
Bodies of a woman and 3 children. 3 children.
This should unlock the secret ending for me, because now Sophie has realized. Yeah. So hopefully that will be enough to open some dialogue options. Now, the question is, do we say that we snooped?
Power's back.
I think we have to.
Now, I should go down to the lobby. Call the police.
Do you remember what you said to the operator? The exact words.
No, I'm afraid I don't.
You said there's a man dead.
All right.
He's been murdered.
I can't actually save here, but
That's possible.
this is where we need to be.
What makes you so sure it was murder?
All right.
Well,
Death threats.
I know about Mr. Cruz's angry
Oh, yes.
Actually, I
There we go.
think he may be staying at the hotel.
Have you encountered him?
No. In room 504, there's a guest who seems to be traveling alone. Yet, he has these 3 teddy bears in his room. Mr. Cruz's customer lost his 3 children in a fire, and these bears are slightly burnt. So...
An interesting deduction. I'll look into that. But how do you even know about the death threats?
Mr. Cruz told me the other day.
Really? Was he in the habit of talking about his personal life with hotel maids?
I really can't say what his habits were, but he seemed to like me.
Then maybe you'll be able to answer 1 or 2 of my questions.
I'll do my best.
We've learned from
Alright,
one
so
of
he
your
can
colleagues that the
excuse
victim
me
had a
if-
fight with a guest named
Still?
Mr. Spade. What can you tell me about him?
He seemed...
You would... The victim... What can you...
I don't...
It's all... because...
All right, so I'm still probably gonna get done for obstructing justice, but at least I actually helped find the killer, right? Like, hopefully he'll believe enough to follow up on my suggestion. I guess we'll find out. Wah wah. Still cleaned up too good. Probably should have left 1 or 2 things. Okay, the real culprit did end up in prison. So that I'm satisfied with that. Is there really no way for me to not be imprisoned for tampering? I feel like there should be. Alright, well. there we go. That was fun. I hope you enjoyed. Next time, probably gonna be Octopath Traveler. I did try and start Cult of the Lamb, but apparently I have to hook up a controller to my computer, and I don't want to do that right now. Like, I probably could. I could fish out a controller from, like, the depths, but I don't use a controller on my PC. I tend to use mouse and keyboard more, and I like it more, so I'm a little bit, like, miffed that I can't use mouse and keyboard. Alright, bye!